The vision and commitment of America's 19th and 20th century women physicians have changed the face of medicine. But the right to formally practice medicine came slowly. Persistence and ability have enabled women to advance in all areas of healthcare, from research pioneers to physicians caring for soldiers on the front lines. A traveling exhibit and interactive DVD gives a glimpse into the lives of physicians who have overcome obstacles, reached their goals, and achieved their dreams.
I wanted to be a doctor from the time I was a little girl, and no one ever asked a little girl what she wanted to be when she grew up. It was assumed that, of course, we would be married and have children.
I always wanted to be a physician, starting from about 12 years of age, after I decided I wouldn't work out as a nun. But I think some of the very same motivations were there for both of them. I believe that I knew I was a smart kid, and I wanted to use my smarts, but I wanted to do it in a way that was very personal and help people. And I always thought nuns did that, and I believed that doctors did it as well.
The things that led me into surgery were interests that I had from childhood. And I loved to sew and knit, so I ended up liking suturing. And that's what brought me to really reconstructive urology.
When I was about 10, I contracted polio. And at that time, no one knew what polio was or what caused it or what to do for it. And what happened was they said, we're going to turn you on your side and we're going to put this needle, which was about this big, but I remember it as this big. And I was scared. And I looked up and I said, could someone please hold my hand? No one stepped forward. They looked at each other. And then finally, one person stepped forward and held my hand. And it was very much the way so many people behaved when HIV was first discovered.
Do not let other people's expectations of you limit your expectations of yourself.
And if you have a passion for something, you might as well consider it a calling. Listen to it, follow it.
You don't have to be the same kind of doctor that somebody down the street is, or the way your pediatrician was.
Don't let somebody else tell you what you should be when you grow up.
I remember when I was in high school, and I'm standing in line to go graduate, and the principal comes over to me and says, you know, we never thought you'd make it. And I said, well, you know, there was never any doubt in my mind.
The best stuff I've done has been in the worst places on earth. I think when you get a chance to look around you and see the world suffering and you reach down deep inside yourself and try to explain that to people who may never have the good fortune to travel the same way, that's where I get my passion.
When the family member can come up to you and say, thank you. You know, you helped save my mother. That really makes a difference when you know that you've saved a life.
If you wonder about how the patient tells his tale because the patient is dead, they do tell their tale. They tell their tale very dramatically. They tell it with their injuries. So they do speak to us. They speak to us in a different way.
Certainly my experience in the Gulf War, both going to the front with a unit and being captured and coming out of it successfully, that was not what was expected to happen to women in the military at that time. You know, we had risk rules and we had no women in combat kind of things. So if I had any contribution, it was helping to open some of those doors that were otherwise closed. And the PW experience, while unfortunate personally, was important.
We are now trying to do more what we call minimally invasive surgery. So we're operating through little tiny holes. And this brings in an experiment that we've been doing with the robot. And the patient can even be in a different room, could be in a different city. I suppose remotely could be on a different planet, and you could be operating on that person if it's set up correctly.
Here I am, I show up, it's almost my first year of major involvement with the team, and here I am, the team I'm helping take care of goes to Super Bowl and they win. The speed and the power at the game at the NFL level is phenomenal. And I'm right on the sideline watching. If you're not paying attention, you can get yourself seriously hurt. Those guys come flying off the field and significant speed, and they're big guys, obviously, so we have to pay attention.
I really think, looking back on my career and shifting from being a small black girl, as we were called then, in a segregated town of Lynchburg, to the opportunities I've had, that along the way there are so many people who played a role in opening doors or helping me feel comfortable or helping me to overcome obstacles.
My life started to change in the mid-60s when the civil rights movement started to move along and open up doors to minorities that had never been there before, and to women, quite frankly. When I became the dean of Ohio University College of Osteopathic Medicine, the media notified me that I was the first African-American dean of an American medical school. Caught me off guard. I had no idea. To think that in the late 90s that we're still looking at women and at minorities as being first.
I think it's really important for young people of color to see people of their own racial or ethnic background in positions like mine, not only on the political front, but also as a healthcare provider, so that they will know that, yes, it's possible for them.
I grew up seeing a lot of injustices for farm workers in the field, and some of that included health issues. Because of my background, one of the pluses is that I can empathize with a lot of the kids in the Doctors Academy. I want them to maintain who they are, because that will make them empathetic when they come back and work with kids down the road.
I would love to encourage young people to pursue careers in public health. And what do I really mean by public health? You know, it's not just about being the director of the CDC. In public health, we have scientists in laboratories who are discovering new diseases. We have people out in Africa in the field teaching villagers how to use bed nets to prevent mosquito bites and malaria. We have informaticians who are working on state-of-the-art internet activities. Just about any career can lead to public health.
You want to go into medicine? You get to do anything you want to do. Become a neuropsychiatrist, become a physicist, become a neurosurgeon, be in the lab, see patients, work part-time, full-time, have kids, don't have kids. You get to do it on your own terms.
When I came to Harvard Medical School, there were 5 of us women in a class of 135. Now, this year, our Harvard Medical School admissions are 56% women. So, changing the face of medicine is really true.
Across America, women physicians are bringing fresh perspectives to many fields of medicine. They're saving lives globally and reaching out to those in their own backyards. Physicians celebrated in the Local Legends Gallery have been nominated by Congress for their outstanding contributions to the health and well-being of your communities. These are our local legends. Learn more about Changing the Face of Medicine's exhibition or its gallery of local legends online by going to nlm.nih.gov/Changing the Face of Medicine. Changing the Face of Medicine will help encourage the next generation to pursue careers in medicine.